I want to talk to you. So I want to go into the more into the Renegades. So when did you join Renegades? What year was it? And how do you even begin get involved with a team that's from America?
Yeah, so I joined around the same time because I was still their manager before them joining. So for me, it was just scouting around, finding the home, and the one that I guess made most sense. Because at the end of the day, like I was confident they were the best team in the region, and they showed that through the scrims. And scrims to me was just an indication, it's like a concrete point to say that they're the best. But at that point in time, I was confident purely because I was following all of them prior to being the manager to see how they were. And I think that once they formed the team, and they proved like straight away they could win the games, they were top of the seasons in their squads, duos, and solos. It was just them trying to find, who's interested. And obviously, there was a lot of interests in the team. But for me, in my mind, it's, you know, were they going to help the team optimize, I guess, their growth and success? And to do that, they needed to drop out of school, drop out of high school, whatever they were doing to do this full time. And I think at that time, probably about June, July, yeah, roughly June, July was when Renegades kind of were interested. And so the thing was, before that, we did sign to Legacy, for those that didn't know, and we were about to make an announcement on the team, but Renegades kind of came in and said, "Look, we're interested as well." So I think Legacy and Renegades negotiated, and then come August, I was in Japan at the time, but come August, we were on Renegades. So that's kind of how we got into Renegades.
That's a hustle because as a manager, how do you? I think it might be between teams, but how do you decide who's best? And obviously want to minimize the impact of saying no. If you're the person that can say no,
Yeah.
but you
So
know what I mean.
yeah, no, I know what you mean. So I think for me, yes, while I had a different understanding of growth and success for the team, it ultimately plays, which is what any leader has to understand is what's best for your players, and which organization can do that. Whilst I may not agree with the team player about certain aspects, I will always, I guess, have their best interests, if that makes sense. So I guess at the end of the day, the consensus was Renegades was probably the best option for them. And then it's just coming down to talking to all parties and making them aware of what the direction is, and just being that, I guess, shield for the players, if that makes sense, to say, this is the decision as a collective, and we'll move forward from here.
Yeah, well, how I feel like managing is fun, but also very challenging because you're trying to get both parties be happy at the same time and trying to like maximize that.